causes. When she was asked to support the cause for this organization, she was quite surprised at the amazing impact it had on the world, her community, her friends and family, and last but not least, herself. Please give a warm welcome to Helena Ryan as she sings the song. Sing the song, but know the story.
Sing the song.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's fun to stay at the
YMCA.
It's fun to stay at the
YMCA.
Well, it seems like you all know the song. And I bet you know the why symbol. But do you know the story? And why do you need to know the story? Because it makes our communities better. The why story began in 1844 in London, England. There was a gentleman, George Williams, and he was just 22 years old when he decided to start a Bible study with 11 other friends. Now he did this because the streets, the life in the streets, and London at that time was a horrible place to be. And so he pulled in his friends to try to better the community. Now, it's not unusual that men would gather at that time, but what was unusual was that they had gathered to make their community better. And also, they gathered with the purpose to also cross lines across the social boundaries. Now, I don't know why they didn't entertain women at that time, but they do today, and I sure am glad of that. Now, this movement, a very small movement, spread across the world very quickly. In fact, in 1851, a Y opened in Boston, Massachusetts. Yes, right here in the USA. And it still continues today because the Y is in 130 countries around the world. We have over 30 million memberships. And right in your backyard, did you know that in the Central Florida area, we have 24 family centers?
Wow.
The thing you didn't know is 11 of them are outreach Ys. That means those Ys are strategically placed in underprivileged areas so that the Y programs can be for everyone. Now, I'm sure you've all been down to OBT, right? Orange Blossom Trail. And you know, it's a pretty bleak situation there. The stores are closing, home foreclosures. A lot of things are difficult in that area. But if you see the Orange Blossom, the South Orlando YMCA is a beacon for that community. And you wouldn't know that it's an outreach Y because it is just like any other Y in the community. It has the best staff, the best equipment, and the best volunteers. So that's what the Y does, is better the community. The Y story is also cause-driven, and that means that we have three areas of focus that we attend to, and that is youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. Now, healthy living is an easy one for you to recognize with the Y because of all the exercise and bikes that you can spin on. But did you know that we also support youth development and also social responsibility? In our high schools, we support a program called the Achievers. And this is for students that have been identified as underprivileged students that need help attaining their dreams. So we help them with their educational goals. Now, I got to go on a bus tour last year with these 48 high school students. I was amazed. We didn't have any problems. They're mentored all year long, and at the end of the year, they get to go on a bus tour, a college tour. I don't know if any of you got to do that before you attended college, but these kids were so amazed at what a college would offer them. and what college life was like. I got to sit next to a young girl that I was so impressed with. She was going to be the first one in her family to ever attend college. You know the amazing thing? She didn't have any family support. Because if you think about it, they really did not want her to achieve past what they had achieved. How many of you have come up against something like that in your life? But what was amazing to me was this young girl, when I asked her what her goal was for next year, without hesitation, she looked at me and she said, I am going to invite a friend to join me in the Achievers program next year. Now that is social responsibility, and at such a young age, that is what the YMCA teaches. Now, the YMCA is a never-ending story. It has the same mission, same values that it did when it started over 150 years ago. And we're very lucky to have those 24 Ys in our Central Florida area. I love the Y because I know that what it does is better my community, for me and for all of you. Each year, I volunteer at the Y, and I also give money because I know that it's bettering my community. I am so lucky to have the opportunity to be part of the Y story, and I hope that all of you have the opportunity to be part of the Y story as well. Thank you.